Hello, my name is Siva. Welcome to Aspiring Architect. Today we'll be going through the print function in Python. If you haven't checked the previous video in this playlist, which is to set up the Visual Studio Code for Python, please go ahead and watch that, as that is a prerequisite going forward. I'll also link that in the description below. So today we are going to go through the print function. To open up a Python file in the Visual Studio Code, it could be as simple as typing code.print_function.py. Remember the extension .py. You should do that for all the Python files. So once you have this fired up, let's just run a simple print statement. I'm doing a print hello Python programmer. Let me quickly execute that. Again, remember it's on the top right over here. So I have the output hello Python programmer, exactly what's present inside this double quotes. Before we move forward, let's just move to go through the theory a bit. So this is the print function. So what is a print function, right? What is a print function? Let me quickly word wrap this. Print is a built-in function. There are multiple types of functions in Python. Let me quickly explain them. You have different function types. The built-in function, for example, print is a built-in function in Python. And then you have modules. When you import modules, you could also use the functions in it. We'll be covering that later. And then you have the user functions. Functions as in your own code. Whenever you write your code, you could declare functions to keep the code easy to read and look elegant. That is something which we can do. However, right now we're looking at the print function, which is built-in. You could use it anytime, anywhere. Since this is a built-in function, you don't need to import anything to use it. And what exactly is a function? A function is a block of code that only runs when it is called and used to cause an effect or evaluate a value. So when we have executed hello Python programmer using the print function, this is the side effect, right? What you're doing, your action is print and this particular statement in double quotes, and this is the side effect of it. So a function, when called, is going to cause an effect or evaluate a value, which in our case we have an effect, or if there was any bug in the code which we have written, it would have shown us the error. So this is what a function basically does. And the print function prints the specified message to the screen. As we've seen earlier, it's going to print whatever is inside literally the parenthesis. Also remember, a function is always invoked with parenthesis. So print and the parenthesis is how you invoke a function. And anything inside the parameters, anything inside the parenthesis is arguments. So I have the print function over here. When I type in something, say for example hello, this particular argument is going to be printed. So the print is a function and anything inside the parenthesis is an argument. And anything in between the double quotes is not code. For example, hello over here is in between double quotes and this is not code. Python should execute it as it is, meaning it's not going to do a specific action which is inside the double quotes. It's going to print as it is. In this case, when we say print hello, it's just going to print hello since it is a string. We'll come back later on on more details on string and different data types in Python. But for now, let's keep it simple. So whenever you run a particular function, it's going to check the function name, in which this case it's the print. It's going to check if this is present as a built-in function. And the second step it's going to do is it's going to check if there are any arguments passed. So if it can verify that the two steps have been completed, it's going to jump into the function. It's going to execute the function, and then it's going to return to the code and resume the execution. That's the plan how a particular function works. Since Python print function is important, let's look more onto it. So for now we have passed only one argument, but what happens when you pass multiple arguments, right? As in this case, we are passing 3 different arguments, which is hello, Python programmer. Let's execute this. So you have literally the same thing, right? You have literally the same thing if you did with a single argument without the commas in between. It's printing the same thing. So it's possible to have multiple arguments, and then please remember that Python executes only one instruction per line. So for example, if you want to print hello, and if you want to print Python programmer, so what happens when we execute this? It's going to print each particular statement in a different line. So hello is in one line, Python is in one line, and then you have the programmer in one line. So what do you do if you want to have everything in a single line, right? If you want to have everything in a single line, so we have something called as the /n, which denotes the next line character. /n is the next line character. So the backslash tells Python that the next character has a special meaning. Example, /n. So let's see this in action. I have the print hello world. I have a /n character in between. Let's see what happens when we execute this. You basically have hello and the world printed in 2 different lines, just like how we've seen before, where we have 2 different separate statements for each hello and world. You could do that, you could accomplish that now with a single line. You also have separators in Python. For example, there is the end separator, where you want to end a particular statement with an empty string. Let's execute this. So it's just going to end at hello and again begin at Python is a great language. Again, this is just like what we've seen earlier, /n. This is just another way how you could do it. And then you also have the separators in Python. So when we execute this, you'd get a hello -world. So this is all for today. This is the today's class. Please practice it. Please go through the print function and the general docs for the Python. Try to get your hands dirty so that you understand what's going on. See you in tomorrow's class. Let me know if you have any questions or doubts in the comment section. Bye.